Hey guys, another video here on silent drops, jumps and stuff like that for Backlot. The in-game sound might be a bit loud to emphasise the stuff I'm showing is actually silent. The video is also quite long because I've tried to explain it all pretty well, and of course I might be missing a few things, but that's just inevitable. But this is the stuff that I remembered and used at some point. I'd also like to quickly thank the people who are following me on Twitter already, because 600 people is pretty damn sweet for a couple of days. Enjoy. So I'll try to go over nearly everything that's silent, regardless of how useful it is. So firstly, both these signs are silent. This one can be used to jump up on this wall, which is just a better angle to watch a cross of scope. Moving down the street, all these walls which are yellow are pretty silent. You've got to imagine the top of the wall being cut into like 3 sections and the outer sections are silent while the middle makes noise. It's pretty weird, so basically just try and stay on the outer sides. This can be useful if you're on a roof by bouncing off this car or just climbing up normally. If you're on the roof and do need to get down fast, you can basically just run off and land on the wall perfectly, meaning no noise or damage. Something which I don't think many people notice when playing this map is the entire bottom floor of mid-house is silent too, so you can basically just sprint around it freely. It's good if you're rushing through the hole from pushing the B side, and then you can get like a quick 2-second sprint before making your way up to the top of mid-house, which unfortunately isn't silent. Probably the most known one on this map is the top of this fence. It's used all the time. Also, the little roof here which gets you into the window is silent too. You can get up here if you're in the middle garden by walking up to this bin. If you climb it normally by walking too close, then it will make a noise once you climb up. If you step back a bit just until the mantle logo appears and then climb, you'll climb up without making any noise. Along with this, once you're up there you can get down silently, it just takes a little bit of effort. You've got to jump on this stack of bricks and then very carefully drop down this side and hold your backwards key to land on like a tiny little ledge attached to the bricks. Then you can just get away without making any noise. Another one of the most used ones in this map is in the basement of A, where you can just drop into it. It's quite a big one, so it's kind of hard to miss. It's good if you're in like a one-on-one situation or rushing A and climbing up to top A and then quickly dropping into the basement or something. Another good one to make you move like a ninja is on the steps of all the door exits of A. If you walk down the stairs normally when crouched, it makes like a dropping sound, but if you walk down kind of like diagonally and then on the last step you move off to the side, it makes no noise either. Another silent jump which is frequently used in one-on-one situations if you've like planted the bomb and gone to top A and you know the guy you're trying to kill is on bottom A, you can just jump onto this stack of bricks. Problem is then you've got to drop off it, which makes noise, but if you jump to the little ledge that I showed earlier on the side of the other bricks, then it's far better. Another quick thing to note, which I also use sometimes, is that you can jump out of top A onto the girders and climb them, which just allows you to peek around the corner without the enemy knowing you're doing it. Obviously though, once you drop off it will make noise. These barrels here next to the garage are also silent. No way to really use them to your advantage though unless you jump onto them from the very top roof of mid-house. This one though you can certainly use to your advantage. So imagine the situation that you're running into garage, making noise to pretend you're running away, but then you decide to turn around and crouch out the door. It makes noise, but if you brush yourself against this wall, then it makes no noise at all. Kind of the same situation here, just never really used by anyone. Walking over this broken wall of bricks makes the dropping sound, but if you walk to the left of this brick, then it's silent. It doesn't work if you're walking the other way though, unfortunately. And that's pretty much all I've got for useful silent stuff on this map. So I'll go over some jump stuff, which may be useful, I'm not really sure. Well, I know some of them are. Firstly, you can get up here and see kind of into A, I guess. Same as if you get on it from here, which is probably better because I think you can actually see into the bottom room a little. But yeah, not too good, nothing I'd really use or have ever used in fact, but maybe one day. Moving on, I can say I have used this in publics. Yeah, pubs. I love those public servers for sure. But it allows you to see pretty much all of the B Street, which is good. And even better if you can get yourself up here by jumping. Just can be a bit of a pain if you aren't that great at jumping. On top of this, some other pointless things you can do is get up here and then jump on this boiler thing over here. You can also walk across the top of this garage. Another way you can get up here is to auto climb up this fence. Of course, if you want to be boring, you can just do it from the other side by jumping on the car, which is a lot easier probably. And for some reason they've even allowed people to climb on these broken planks that are hanging out. Not even sure of its intended purpose, but yeah, you can also just climb across these fences and then get on this big red container thing for no reason at all. Some stuff that is actually used though is when you make your way over to these B steps and jump up on these railing things, used by snipers all the time. Just try not to fall in this thing, because if you do, you need 333 FPS to get out, which isn't allowed in Pro Mod, so don't be naughty. If you're good at strafing and you're in a situation where you want to get on it quickly, you can just run around the corner and jump off it from the top of the stairs. Something else I've never seen used by snipers but can be useful is if you're like on top B and someone plants A and they run to the left after planting the bomb, then you can jump on this little window ledge and see the bricks where they come out. Same as this thing here where you can get on this little wooden bit that sticks out and see most of top A, which is good as well. You can climb into middle by jumping up this fence where the bin is. It's definitely a good thing to master and can come useful in all situations, be it clutches or even when you're planning to rush. Or you can strafe onto the tank, which is quite hard because there's only one little bit that works and you need 250 FPS to do it. Another way to get up there is to also climb from here. Basically get yourself in this corner and then aim your crosshair with the corner of the fence pole and then just run and jump at it. I used to do this a while ago as part of a coordinated defence rush. Just auto climb up here and then strafe over to mid-house. It's possible to get in there before the attack side do, due to nades, but it's risky. Pretty much all I got for useful jumpy stuff, but there's loads of jumps on Backlot. You can pretty much get out the map like 100 different ways. But I'll just go over some other random stuff, like this is used all the time. You just jump up here and then peek around to the A-bomb. Also getting up here to see over the wall. It's all very noisy though, so big chances to be heard and people to know where you are. Something here I probably shouldn't show people who don't know because the chances are it could probably be abused, but most people who do know it don't really ever use it. Well, I know I never use it because in general it's pretty dumb and it's like not like you can't die from the other 100 angles you could be shot from, so it's just for showing purposes, but I think people should know how badly this game is actually made. Basically, if you stand behind these lights you can't be shot, same as the one in Crossfire and Lighthouse. As an example, I'll just use a bot. So yeah, there you have it, light bugs. Another thing which people aren't supposed to use but blatantly do, I even admit I'd sometimes take a little sneaky peek myself if I'm in the cellar, is seeing through here if people are at bricks. You can't shoot through it though. Another little spot is under these stairs. You can see people walking into the cellar before they see you. And something else which I can say I've never ever used and only really remembered now is being able to look through this tiny gap and seeing people if they are walking up or down the stairs. You can't really see it with a normal weapon, so it's probably easier if I use a scope and show you. One thing that is useful though is this. When you come up these stairs you can look through here and see if people are proned at the top waiting for you, so you can basically just walk up pre-firing them. I'll set up a bot here and hopefully you can see his feet, but I doubt it because I think you've got to be proned. Unfortunately I can't see his feet because, as I said, they've got to be prone, but You can also see that you can peer into the mid-house windows from here as well, just about. One of the last things I'll show, but again this is naughty and shouldn't be used really, is that you can like sit here and see the whole of bottom B. Thing is though, if you have like a big monitor with a wide screen aspect ratio, you can like lean into any door or window frame and see pretty much through all of them. Another good little thing here is like if somebody is back tin proned or something, you can climb up here on this car and then get on this wall and walk along. Another small thing that can come in use in some scenarios is if people are again at back tin and say you're in the heat of the moment and need to suddenly disappear while they're looking under the tin, you can stand on these stairs and not be seen. Also, if you're around this area and want to see into like top A or bottom A pretty well, then you can get up on these barrels, which is a pretty good position. The last thing I remembered just now is how you can simply jump up on these car doors to get on these shelves. Can't say I see it as the most useful thing in the world, but I have died at land to somebody sitting up there, so it must work sometimes. That's it for this video though, I hope you learnt something at least. Ciao ciao.